presentation. I hope you guys had a great day today. We're going to be talking about Christians and their post. A lot of Christians decide to leave their post, especially when it comes to politics. But when we're talking about the post, we have to talk about following God or ignoring our responsibilities. Because we have to go through what we are striving towards. Are we following God or not? And then, the toxic outcomes from not following God and just following our own things. Like, for example, Jonah. This is what our post is. Our post comes from several different verses. To have dominion over every creature and all of the earth. To go and make disciples of all nations. To love God like God to everyone. To be a responsible citizen and honor authority. To always conduct ourselves wisely to unbelievers. And in America specifically, choose or be chosen in office. So, why is society today the way it is? It's because it's our fault as a church. We dropped the ball. We can see a steady decline as less and less people voted and got involved with the church and politics and offices, that it started to all go downhill. I mean, it was already going downhill because we're people. But when you remove the aspect of God in modern times, then that's what caused the downfall. Because without representation in the political offices, who's going to show interest in our values? So we got to think about, does God even care about this country? Why should we be in the middle of that? Why should we care that there is a push for us to get out of that? Well, our founding fathers were all Christians, and they founded a country to be different than any other country at all. And so some Christians would say, well, no, there's only verses about praying for our leaders. There's no verse about us being involved. Well, that verse was there before, which is 2 Timothy 2, 1 through 3, talking about praying for our leaders and all who are in authority. So that, and et cetera, et cetera. That was because they were in Rome. They were in dictatorships. They were in oligarchies and monarchies. And they didn't have the choice to be elected. America is different. America gives you the chance to be involved and to be responsible in that way instead of just being told what to do. And we can't forget that God made this country one nation under God. So this is a nation for God. So God's people who are for God, should be the ones running it and part of the aspect. And we can't be selfish. We can't be selfish with our motives. Now what we need to do is we need to enable our young people to have a voice. Some examples is Abigail Anthony. She took a stand from the wokeness in her college, and she has assembled several other students involved in major high league schools to speak against and have groups that are against wokeness. And then we have Riley Gaines. She was a competitive swimmer. And then Leah Thomas decided to join and take away the national championship opportunity that she had. And which now Leah Thomas is getting all of that stripped away because Riley Gaines spoke up several years after about a man being in the women's bathrooms, no matter what gender he thought he was. We need to talk about the power of assembly that us Christians have. Peaceful protests. We can go out. We can assemble groups to go out, peacefully protest, make signs, and make our voices heard instead of sitting at home wishing something different would happen and just being on our knees. We can be a part of campaigns. Find a candidate that has your values. Go find a candidate that has your values, or be the candidate that has your values. And then get people to support you, and then take charge that way. We need a lot more people in office. We have so many holes in districts, in small localized districts. We can't be focused on the high if we don't first choose the lower or local. We have church gatherings. Like this one right here, this is a church gathering. We can assemble more bodies of leaders, invite candidates to speak at a church, or more political things and ideas and billboards to be biblical citizens. And then also the most powerful thing we can do is also pray. But too many Christians stop at pray and forget that faith is dead without actions. And we need to put action behind our faith to change our country for God. So we need to get out of our comfort zone, be less selfish. We need to teach ourselves what's happening in this world. Because too many Christians decide to shut that out, be on their knees and pray real hard, which is great. You should always pray. But we should really be taking what's happening behind our closets out into the world and speaking it out, because Jesus also said pray, but he also said go and preach. And then also we need to extend ourselves to financially support a biblical cause, a candidate, a movement, things that align with the Bible. We need to financially support that. And then we can also run for office. And then another important thing is finding, not once you've found a Christian movement, pro-life, helping mothers in need, once you find out, you can go volunteer, go with the homeless. Experience yourselves outside of your normal daily lives. And we need to be less selfish about what's good for us and our family, and use the good that's in us to go out for others who don't have good families. So these is our final tips. 1, Jesus said go. Everything in our life has to be building each other up, but not just saving the good stuff for us, spiritual prosperity, but we also need to send it out. We need to be biblically responsible citizens, not just sit and pray and not be involved and then wonder why everything is going haywire. We need to use our voices. This government allows us to use our voices, and if we don't use it, it's going to be taken away. We already see that now. And then we need to pray. Always need to pray powerful prayers and then act like those prayers are going to happen. We need to put action behind it. Praying for something to happen with abortion, for it to go away, well then maybe you need to support people who are trying to push against abortion. We need to put our money in our mouths where we're trying to go. So thank you for coming to my presentation, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.